Do you love the idea of living in Carmel, Fishers, or even Westfield, but it's just too darned expensive? Well, today I'll show you one of the best kept secrets in Indy and why living there could save you thousands when buying a new home. If you're new here, I'm Cameron Geesaman, local Indy area resident and realtor, and I love making videos like this to help people like you that are considering making a move to, from, or around the Indy metro area. Thanks for joining me today, and if trying to save money when buying a home is something you want, then I think today's video may just help with that, so let's get started. So at first I'm going to start off by telling a short story about a client that's just like you that watched my YouTube videos and called me up and said, "Hey Cameron, I saw your video about Carmel, Fishers, and Westfield areas, and I want to move there. Can you help me with that?" Well, first off, yes, absolutely. I can definitely help you with that. We talked about what they wanted, and then they came to town to look at some homes. Then came the sticker shock associated with home prices in Carmel, Fishers, and even Westfield. If you're curious what I mean, stick around to the end of the video and I'll send you to a video that I did about the prices of things including homes in the Indy area. Anyways, when my clients got to town, they looked at several homes in the area and none of them were just quite right, and they would have to significantly increase their price in order to get what they really wanted. They also realized that specifically in Carmel, most of the homes are older, and to get a newer home would cost them more than over $800,000. Then I told them about McCordsville, a town just to the south of Fishers/Geist area, where they decided to build a new home. So what makes McCordsville such an appealing option as a place to live? I'm glad you asked. Okay, so McCordsville is a town on the east side of Indianapolis and shares a border with Fishers, Fortville, and Lawrence. It has close to about 10,000 residents, and according to niche.com, it is the #1 place to live in Hancock County with an overall A+ grade. The median home value of a home in McCordsville sits at $298,800, and the median rent is $1,093. And 89% of people own their homes. Now, 54% of residents have a bachelor's degree or higher, and the median household income is $103,539. The public school system that serves McCordsville is called Mount Vernon Community Schools, which has 4,600 students in grades K through 12 and a 95% high school graduation rate. So that's amazing. Now let's shift gears back to the story of my clients, and here's what helped them to decide to live in McCordsville versus Carmel or Fishers or Westfield. First off, McCordsville is much less crowded and has a quaint small town appeal. Like I said before, it has almost 10,000 residents, which is 1/10 of the number of residents in Fishers and Carmel. McCordsville has kind of a blink and you'll miss it Main Street area. While small, it has plenty of options when it comes to banks, gas stations, restaurants, coffee shops, and so on. Now, additionally, McCordsville has lots of development going on. McCord Square will be a 48-acre mixed-use development area with paved walkways, 15 acres of open park space, an outdoor amphitheater, a new town hall, and lots of shopping and dining options. Secondarily, with McCordsville being so close to Fishers, who it shares a border with, that means you get to be close to all of the amenities that Fishers has to offer while not having to travel very far. Amenities like Geist Reservoir, multiple golf courses, IKEA, Target, bougie restaurants, and so on. And then speaking of close proximity, just like the other popular Indy suburbs like Fishers, Carmel, and Westfield, from McCordsville, it's about a 35-minute drive to get to downtown Indy and about a 40-minute drive to the airport. So pretty much the exact same amount of time as those other areas. And thirdly, and probably the biggest reason my clients chose to live in McCordsville, is the price of homes in McCordsville compared to Fishers, Carmel, and Westfield. Now, it's hard to say exactly what a home in one area would cost in another area, but I've been doing this long enough to get pretty close. According to some quick calculations I did on some comparable homes in each area, I found that you will probably pay between 5 and 20% less for a home in McCordsville versus those in other areas. For homes that are under $300,000, that difference was probably closer to 5%, but once I got north of $600,000, that's when I saw a larger difference, kind of in that 20%. Again, this is not exactly an apples to apples comparison, but for homes that are reasonably similar, you can save as much as 20% on a home price by living in McCordsville. McCordsville is a fantastic option for anyone that wants to live maybe on the north side or east side of Indy, but wants to save a bit when buying a home and doesn't mind living in kind of a smaller town. You're still close to a lot of those popular areas, and visiting downtown Indy takes about the same amount of time. And most of all, you'll probably save some money on buying a home there versus some of the other popular North Indy areas. Now, if you're thinking about moving to the Indy metro area, which includes McCordsville, I would love to be your trusted real estate agent. I've helped hundreds of people just like you that want to move into or around the Indy area. I know this area backwards, forwards, top and bottom, and my contact information is below, and please don't hesitate to reach out. And if you want to check out one of the new home builders in McCordsville, click on this video here and it'll take you to a walkthrough I did of a beautiful home by Pyatt Builders in McCordsville. And here is the other video I mentioned that talks about the cost of living in the Indy metro area. That's it for me today. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.